Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Chafik. Right now I live in Osaka in Japan, and I've lived here for 3 years. The 3 things people shouldn't miss when they visit Osaka, that's a very difficult question. I guess the first thing would be Osakan people. They're very friendly and they love comedy. So they're very good at making jokes and they have a good sense of conversation. It's like playing ping pong. It's a very nice rhythm to an Osaka conversation. The second thing would be, I guess, the urban nature of Osaka. We have Namba, Amerikamura, Tennoji with high skyscrapers, and it's very nasty, but in a good way. Like it's very street. It's very hip. The last thing would be, you shouldn't miss the Junkissa. Junkissa is a Showa period style cafe. Showa period means like the 20th century, before the 1990s, because they have like a melon cream soda float, which is like an old school drink. Yeah, I always go there just to feel like I travel in time. How was I as a child? I think I would say I was very energetic and I always wanted to explore. I was always curious. I wanted to see what can I do with what I have? Like, how can I use my toys to make something great? How can I use pens to draw something good? How can I use like the bed to build a home? And I always wanted to check like things I didn't know or parts of the city I didn't know about. What was my childhood dream? I mean, of course, I had many dreams, but my biggest one was to be an adventurer. I wanted to go on adventures and explore different places and meet different kinds of people and get excited. So that was my biggest dream. Was I artistic as a child? I think yes. I mean, I picked up a pen when I was 3 years old, and I used to like watch cartoons, and I used to think I want to make my own like characters and stories. So I used to do anything I could to draw these stories I had in my head, as well as record the voices and imitate my own characters. I mean, when did I decide I wanted to become a cartoon director? I mean, when I was very young, like I said before, I always wanted to make these stories and characters. So in my head, I always wanted to create a world. And I remember I was 12 years old. I saw This Is It by Michael Jackson. And I was amazed at how him and the other directors, they could create their own world and excite people. And I thought I wanted to do the same thing, excite people with this kind of big world. But when I was 14 or 13, my father's friend, I call him Uncle Hassan, passed away. And that's when, I mean, before he passed away, he told me to never stop drawing, because I used to make drawings for him that he liked. And after he passed away, I decided to mix these 2 dreams. So making a world like they did in This Is It, and then not stop drawing. And I guess I thought a cartoon director or anything with cartoons or comics would be the best thing to do this. The next 3 steps, the first one would be moving to Tokyo and becoming a production assistant at an animation studio. Because if you're in Tokyo, you're connected to other studios. That allows you a lot of opportunities to learn and grow and meet new people. And as a production assistant, you also get to learn how to manage people, which is important for a leader or a director. The next step would be to climb the ladder to go from production assistant to doing more creative stuff. But that means I have to hone my creative skills and not only my management skills. So the social aspect and the creative aspect. And then the last step would be proving myself, I guess, making something good so that people can trust that this creator is someone that can make something that makes people's heart move, I guess. I hope that makes sense. I'm using a lot of metaphors from different languages, but bear with me. Is there an artist that I admire the most? I don't like this question because it says an artist. I have 3 artists that I cannot choose from. Those 3 artists, I can't choose. They're all on the same level for me. The first one is, of course, Michael Jackson. As I mentioned, This Is It hit me really hard. The second one is Osamu Tezuka, who is a famous Japanese comic artist, and he also founded an animation studio, and he did a lot of things other than that. The third one is Stevie Wonder. Yeah, Stevie is amazing. He doesn't see, but he sees something different. I think Stevie knows how to create a world from sounds. So even people that can't see, they can still see something. What skills and attributes do the best artists share? I think the best artists are, the attribute they share is that they're all scientists. They like to innovate, they like to look for new methods. And if you're a scientist, you always look at not only math, but you look at physics, chemistry, and society, and you mix these different topics or subjects to create something, to innovate. And I think the greatest artists, they always branch out, like Mr. Jackson did with film and music and shows. Stevie Wonder did with creating sounds, narratives, and music. And Tezuka Osamu did with comics and rhythm and storytelling. It seems normal now, but if these people didn't experiment with this, I don't think it would be normal. We would still be struggling to connect all these things together. Where do I see myself in 5 years from now? I mean, it's difficult to say because life always changes direction. And of course you write your life, but I think plot twists are bound to happen and certain things do so that you move into another direction. But if I had to base it off how I feel today, answering the question, and what I feel is gonna happen based off my life now, I think in 5 years, I would be directing an animation movie with a lot of good creative people. What app, software, or device do I need, or must I personally have? I think I need my brain, because that's where I have my ideas. So that's the biggest gadget I need, I think, and my heart, because that's where I have curiosity. But if we talk about technology, I think practically speaking, I need Clip Studio, which is a drawing software. And I need my Wacom tablet, which is the drawing tool that I connect to my laptop. So I need this to be able to create something, because my medium is visual, so I need to express it somehow. What was my biggest rookie mistake I made? I think my biggest mistake is thinking that I'm better than I am. Don't be arrogant. You have to be humble. What role does social media play in my industry? I mean, I think it's mostly just promotion and connecting to your audience, which you couldn't do before as much. So I think it's just the next step from television and radio. What is my favorite part of being an artist? My favorite part is I can always explore new things. So my childhood dream kind of comes true because I'm always on an adventure to find something new. How do I want people to feel when they view my art? That's a difficult question because I think depending on what you make, you feel something different. The important thing is that they actually feel something. I think that's the key thing I look for is emotions. And then whatever emotion every piece of art I make gives is gonna be different. But I guess I want them to feel magic. I want them to feel surprise the most. What advice do I want to give someone who's just starting out in this industry? I think a lot of people, if they say they like to draw, they're only gonna draw. Or if they like music, they're only gonna play an instrument. But I think it's important you know what media you want to work with and then branch out. So if you're working with film, animation, for example, you learn how to draw, you learn about movement, you learn about timing, but you also learn about film and camera, how film works, how many frame rates, you learn about technology, how a computer works, how you're gonna make sound work. So I think you need to branch out. That's the biggest advice I have. Day person or night person? I say night person because that's when I get my ideas. My favorite color is blue because it reminds me of the sea. My celebrity crush, no question, Janet Jackson. My hero, who is my hero? My hero is Michael Jackson. How would I describe myself in one word? A melting pot. What is one thing I really want to achieve? I want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records next to Michael Jackson. If I could have one superpower, what would it be and why? I would want to teleport so I wouldn't have to waste time. Describe my mother in 3 words. The first one is, excuse me if my English is wrong, but investing. I think she invests a lot in me and she believes in me, so she invested a lot. The second one is smart. She's a very smart lady. When she invested in me, she bought books about knowledge. So I think she knows what she's trying to do. And the third one is, I guess this is very cliche, but loving. Because the reason why she invests and uses her knowledge and intelligence is because she just wants the best result for me. I want to add a last word. She's very strict. So if I make a bad movie, I make a bad song, I make like a bad piece of art, she's gonna tell me it sucks. And I think that's the best part of my mother, is that she's strict. The last thing I purchased that made me happy, I was with my friend, a very good director from Boston, and I purchased a Wacom tablet, which is my first ever drawing tablet. So this is my step over to the digital world. So I'm so happy and I feel free. What's the definition of a perfect artist? The first thing that comes to my mind is Stromae. He's a Belgian, and I don't know what to say, if he's a singer, rapper, writer, director, fashion maker, because he does everything. That's why I think he's a perfect artist, because he doesn't only make music, he makes movies, he makes clothes, he makes performances, he acts, he's funny, he has a good personality, he's a people's person, he's a human, he's everything an artist needs to be. And I aspire for.
What inspired you to do Chords of Life?
What inspired me to make the Chords of Life? Oh, many things. Motown, nostalgia, Uncle Hassan, Enrico Macias. But there's one section in the beginning where I'm dancing, and I just want to clear it up because everybody says it's based off Michael Jackson. Of course, I'm wearing the black shoes and the white socks. It looks like Michael Jackson, but these shoes and white socks come from Gene Kelly, not Michael Jackson. I'm not wearing black pants, it's Gene Kelly. The only Michael Jackson part is that beat. And the dancing is not Michael Jackson. I do one sidewalk, which is Michael Jackson. But my main inspiration for that part was the Nicholas brothers, because I love their tap dancing and their flash dancing and their jumping around and doing all these things. I have a character, his name is the Monkey Prince. He shows up in that segment, and that character is based off the Nicholas brothers. That's why he does that move. Because I'm in love with what they make. I almost cry every time I see them dancing, and their performance with Cap Calloway is so much energy, and I want people to feel the same things I felt when I saw the Nicholas Brothers. Si j'avais quelque chose à dire à mon audience francophone, tout d'abord, si vous avez des ambitions, des souhaits, quoi que ce soit, n'hésitez pas, ne commencez pas à calculer avant d'avoir commencé votre projet. Enfin, bien sûr, il faut calculer, mais le problème, c'est que les personnes, ils hésitent, ils veulent venir au Japon, devenir créatifs, mais le problème, c'est qu'ils abandonnent avant d'avoir même commencé à apprendre le japonais. Juste, je pense qu'il faut juste s'y lancer, quoi. Quand on a une idée, on la fait, on n'attend pas, on n'y pense pas trop. Bien sûr, c'est difficile, il y a beaucoup de difficultés, mais pour faire des trucs pareils, des trucs aussi grands, on n'a pas le choix. Il faut passer des moments un peu difficiles. Donc, bonne chance. Et je suis avec vous. Et merci, mes amis. How can people get in touch with me? I have a YouTube that you can check down below. It's my YouTube channel. So you can always follow whatever I put on if I make a movie. But I have an Instagram account which is connected to the YouTube, and it's called Osaka's Fresh Prince. Shout out to Will Smith, because I love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Thank you for watching. If you wanna leave any comments or questions, anything you wanna know more about, then do it down below. And I'd love to hear what you wanna know about. So please feel free. This is an open space. Is it okay?
It's perfect. It's
All right.
actually really, really good.
Oh, you like it? All right. Tell me if you want more. Just milk it. We have so much time.
So
You like it? You like it?
that's the end.
He likes it.
Okay, so Nicholas Brothers.
Nicholas Brothers, perfection.
Osaka.
Osaka, funny.